I call the member for Hotham.
Deputy Speaker, I rise today to speak about the brilliant young people who I represent as the member for Hotham. One of the things I've really noticed since I became a Member of Parliament is that young people are often forgotten in the policy debate, and it's often, Speaker, because no one asks them what they think. Recently, I wrote to the 11,000 young people that I represent between the ages of 18 to 25 in my electorate and asked them to tell me what issues are important to them. Speaker, I was absolutely overwhelmed with the responses that my office received. Over 1,000 young people took the time to respond to me by mail or online and give me their feedback about how we're doing here in this chamber. Deputy Speaker, you often hear that young people are disengaged from the public debate or not interested in the issues we talk about in this chamber, but I can assure you that that is not my experience as a Member of Parliament, nor is it the experience that I had in surveying these young people. Now, I told the young people who responded to the survey that I would give voice to their concerns in this chamber, and I rise this evening to do that. Speaker, 78% of the respondents to this survey, by far the most important topic raised by these young people, was the topic of housing affordability. Young people are being driven out of the housing market, especially in Melbourne, and they are desperate for action from their representatives. But what have they got, Deputy Speaker? They have a Prime Minister and senior ministers who think the answer to affordable housing for young people is to have rich parents, to move to the bush or to find a higher-paying job. It's no wonder that young people are feeling so frustrated. Speaker, the second most highly rated issue in terms of importance to the young people I represent were jobs and training. This should resonate with every single member of this House. Young people are crying out for work. They're looking for further education opportunities more than ever before. What they need is a federal government that will back them in, that will help them attain those important skills. And they're not getting it. Young people are asking me, how on earth is it that this government is able to find $50 billion to pay for a tax cut for the biggest companies in this country? They're able to give a tax cut in this upcoming budget of more than $16,000 a year to every millionaire who lives in this country, and yet what they want to do is push the costs of education, $100,000 degrees, onto the young people of this nation. It's absolutely outrageous, Speaker, and it's not good enough. Speaker, the third most important topic that was raised with me was climate change, with 63% of young people highlighting this as an issue that's important to them. Young people, I think, talk a lot more about climate change on average than older generations, because they are the ones that are going to be living through the worst impacts, those young people that we represent and their children. It's up to us in this parliament to work to ensure that we can do everything we can to implement a clean energy future for Australians who will be living in this country when we're all gone, Deputy Speaker. Some of the other issues that came up in the survey were a very strong interest, as I mentioned, in stopping $100,000 university degrees. We had about 56% of survey respondents speak about marriage equality as an issue of great importance to them. About half of the young people that responded to this survey highlighted improvement to local mental health services as a major priority. Now, Speaker, I also asked young people to talk to me about how they want to consume their news and how they want to hear from us as members of parliament. The answers won't shock anyone in this chamber. 9 out of 10 respondents asked me to communicate with young people through Facebook, and in fact highlighted Facebook as the main area where these young people are getting their news. Less than a third of the young people who responded to the survey highlighted the newspaper and television, those traditional forms of news, as the first place they go to get the news. Deputy Speaker, I think this just highlights that it is up to us as local members of these very important constituents to communicate effectively with them and in ways that they desire. Now, Speaker, I asked these young people about ways that we can improve the work that we do here in this parliament to represent them, and I want to indicate that they came up with some fantastic ideas. One of them was to have a junior member for each electorate who would meet regularly with their member of parliament and be a voice for the young people living in that particular area. We got a lot of requests for more democracy in school captain elections for young people who had recently finished secondary school. Youth debates were raised, online live Q&As on Facebook and online town halls. Mentoring programs were also raised. Speaker, this consultation process has been eye-opening for me. It has proved something that I actually already believed, and that is that young people do care deeply about the society that they live in, but they feel let down by the institutions that are there to represent and support them. Young people have a great deal to say. I'd encourage other members to get out there and ask your young people what they think about what we're doing here. They've got some really quality responses waiting for you. Thank you.